Okay, so this is Ms. Brewer, and I'm going to try to do a video to help you see all the steps to solving an equation. So you had asked about why we draw a line down the equal sign, and the reason we do that is because it separates the equation into two parts, a left side and a right side. Our goal is to get all of the variables to one side and anything that doesn't have a variable to the other side. Okay, so the first step that you saw on that piece of paper that I gave you was, do I distribute? So the only way that you can figure out if you're going to distribute or not is to see if you have parentheses. And here we have several sets. So the way we do parentheses is we distribute, and that's multiplication. So I'm going to do 5 times x and 5 times 3. I'll also do negative 3 times x and negative 3 times negative 4. And then over here I also have parentheses next to a 2, so 2 times 2x and 2 times 4. Anything else that's not by parentheses, we're just going to drop off. Or drop down, I should say. So I'm going to bring that 2 down. Now we're going to multiply. 5 times x gives me a positive 5x. 5 times 3 gives me a positive 15. Okay, come over here, I'm going to distribute the negative 3, so I'm going to do negative 3 times x, which is negative 3x, and negative 3 times negative 4, which is a positive 12. Okay, so I have exhausted my parentheses on this side. I need to do the same over here. The x is not what's being distributed, so I'm going to drop it down. The 2 is what we distribute, so we're going to multiply 2 times 2x, which gives me 4x, and then 2 times 4 gives me a positive 8. So I'm going to separate that with a plus sign and an 8. Alright, the next step on that piece of paper that you got from me today asked you if you need to clean up. So what that means is we've got a lot of terms over here and we've got several terms over here, and cleaning up means, can I shorten by combining like terms? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms over here, and there are some that are alike. Anything that has a variable like this 5x and this negative 3x, we can combine because they are alike. So I'm going to put circles around them. These don't have any variable, so they are alike. I'm going to put boxes around them just to help me identify with what I'm going to combine. And there we go. Okay, so the circles, I'm going to start with my variables. 5x minus 3x gives me 2x, and then I've got 2 plus 15 plus 12, which gives me a positive 29. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing over here. I need to get this a little bit shorter by combining like terms. The x doesn't have a coefficient, so I'm just going to drop a 1 in. That way I know what to add. Alright, so same situation here. I've got a 1x and a positive 4x. I'm going to combine them since they're like, giving me 5x. And then the plus 8, it stands by itself. Nothing to combine with it, so we're just going to drop it down with the positive in between. Alright, the next step after we combine like terms or cleaned up is to make sure that all of our variables are together. Do we have variables on both sides? Yes. So we're going to get our variables on one side. The way we do this is I like to put them all on the left side. That means I'm going to get rid of this one by subtracting 5x from both sides. Okay? So this goes away from this side because 5x minus 5x makes 0. So I'm going to go ahead and add them up over here. What does 2 and negative 5 make? Makes a negative 3x. Alright, the positive 29 hasn't gone anywhere yet, so I'm going to drop it down. And over here, now that I've eliminated the 5x, I have just my 8. Okay, I believe the next step was making sure that we have isolated our variable. And the way we do that is we keep this here, but it means our 29 has to go. And the way we do that is similar to what we did over here. Since it's a positive 29, we're going to subtract 29 from each side. Okay, so that goes away, and I'm left with a negative 3x, and 8 minus 29 gives me a negative 21. The last thing you want to do is see if x is being multiplied. See if your variable has something multiplied to it. In this case, it has a negative 3 multiplied by it. So we undo that by dividing both sides by that number. So that leaves me with, since those give me 1, negative 21 divided by negative 3 gives me 7. Hopefully this helps. If not, I promise we're going to be doing some more of this practice tomorrow in class. and I will make sure to come see you. Have a good night.